Look at that sky. GG's Camp Bestie. We're kind of largely set up, but it's not completely finished. I've set up my mate Eddie's tent, which is about the size of a pillow. Got my one here. Darren's is there. Duke's Special's tent next to mine. I'm gonna, it's just 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna put a large torch through there with just the shape of bunny ears to freak him out. Come over to our site in front of the compost heap. We're very sophisticated this year. We got a standpipe out there. We've got Matt's doing a cocktail thing there.
Go to the barman.
Carla and Graham have got a thing going on there. We've been spinning records as well. There's fantastic broadband connection here because we've got a mast right next to us. Look at that. There. Things are boding well, sunshine. I was wondering why the site was so quiet, thinking, oh, no one's arrived yet. Well, I was wrong. I mean, there's lots of people arrived, but I didn't realise yet that it's just the public aren't allowed in here yet. It's just us. It's kind of great. Here's our venue, which you can't see inside very well at the moment because it's all mirrors. So you're not going to see inside it till tomorrow. I've got a programme. It's great. I'm going to mark it up. Yeah, and I'm going to see what's on. There's good stuff on, and there's crap stuff on. But I've got to mark it up first and find out. And I can't do that whilst I'm talking to you. So I suggest you go away, make a cup of tea. Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, should have started his set a few minutes ago, but there's just a riot. There's been an invasion of heavy machinery and they're smashing the place up. Put a 78 under it. Kepial Records. As if he needs to. What? I mean, as if that guy needs to. As if it's not going to be flattened down by the punters anyway. Look, they're all trapped up there. They got to stay there all weekend because they're not VIPs. The public are coming, help! It's just a sea of kids. Yeah. It's a sea of kids. So Saturday evening, 8 o'clock now. Duke's arrived. I got on the phone. Tony, the message was answer phone. Quite funny. I'm going to my tent. You've seen my tent already. I'm not taking you over there again. It's been a really nice day. The sun's going down a bit now because it is evening. The wind's picked up a bit, but that's fine. It's not a problem. And we start this evening. Yes, rock and roll. I must stop saying rock and roll when I'm doing these videos because it makes it sound like that's all I can think of saying, and it's true. What we thought we'd try and do is that we got a disc here that's slightly damaged, and we thought if we stuck it in the compost, it might grow back properly. Saturday afternoon, we're at Camp Shellac, 2:30. Half an hour, I'm going to hear an audio file presentation of Sergeant Pepper's. And for some reason, because all the acts are crap today, we're at the campsite. Duke's inside the Spiegel tent at the moment trying out some discs for this evening. Oh, this is terrible, terrible. Right, so I've just been to a listening session of Sergeant Pepper's and it was sublime. But Eddie's noticed something on the board advertising today's albums. We have at 11 to 11:45, we have Michael Jackson's Thriller Kids Session.
emerged in the early 70s, and they play with new music structures and models and new technologies, and they formulated a new sound which has had an undeniable influence not only in like electronica but also in Detroit techno. So of course, how can an Audubon affect the world's biggest car town, but also pop acts like Kylie Minogue to rock acts like U2. Now, unlike other acts from their time, their sounds are not in any way derived from African American music that influenced all the popular music at the time. And the irony is that Kraftwerk themselves ended up influencing African American music from Afrika Bambaata's electro-funk to Juan Atkins and Derek May's Detroit techno. Now, in the early days, Kraftwerk founders Ralph Hutter and Florian Schneider, they took more of an art student approach. As in an interview with Michael Bracewell, Hutter remembers, in 1968, Florian and I called ourselves the Organization, and we organized gigs and concerts for a group of musicians. But this was not what is known as Kraftwerk today. This was improvisation, found sounds, contact microphones. I worked with rubbing the microphone against my beard, Florian breathing on his flute using echo chambers. It was very amateurish. But in 1970, they formed Kraftwerk proper, and that means power plant or power station, amidst a musical climate that was mainly based upon Anglo-American rock and blues. And instead, they drew upon Germany's rich cultural and musical heritage for their unique sound. Now, Paul Morley, he wrote about Kraftwerk that they were, quote, committed to carrying on German culture where it had been violently headed off in the 30s by the Nazis, and determined to find a new German identity in a country just recovering from the carnage and guilt of the Second World War. They looked towards the purity and beauty of the German Bauhaus movement and the extreme rigorous experiment. So
we're in the artist area because we're artists, and we got meal ticket. Look, there's my golden ticket. For free, we have got proper food. Not crap, cold, reheated. It's proper food. Look at this.
Rolf Harris is over there as well. Rolf
Where?
Harris. In that cabin.
What, Dr. 8?
Yeah.
So Rolf Harris was rather good. I'm now in the Dingley Dell, of course. And I'm in a bird hide here. And it's a squirrel. As if it's really interesting, but you know, it's kind of cute. There was a pheasant came through, and there were 6 tiny little birds. They looked like blue tits, but they were much smaller. Yeah. Wedding boogie. Oh. I didn't get to play it to you guys.
At the wedding.
Play at the wedding. Play at the wedding. Hey, we've got to do the group hug again because Bunny wasn't in it.
Oh.
No. Hug a bunny, save the world.
That was quite scary to turn around and there's a giant
scary. It's scary to see me being myself.
Right. Hug a bunny!
Yes!
Hey!
Cookie! Oh, cookie! Oh, cookie! Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah!
Okay, let's drink.
Help yourself! Don't Perry cider!
Eat the snacks, eat the snacks. Eat the snacks. They're not going in the car.
Eat the public.
Eat the bunny.
No. DJ78, working with the latest wind-up torch.
Putting that winding action to good use.
Notice the intense circular motion with which he uses his digits.
Many years of practice. And I use gramophones occasionally as well.
Ooh, what it was. Poor old Ali Farmer often swore because he was so very thirsty, and everybody knows it's horrible to walk for miles and stand between your toes. Oh, how the crowd loved Ali Baba. Ali Baba's camel turned round and licked his hand. It said, oh, Ali Baba, I surely understand.
Is that mine?
We must find an oasis and get a drink somehow. But hark, I hear the temple bells, they'll all be open now.
All standing around the gramophone for warmth.
Alibaba's camel loved Alibaba so. No matter where he went to, the camel had to go. They say he's gone to heaven, but this I know is true. Wherever Alibaba's gone, his camel's gone there too.
Therefore yours. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Might catch on, you know.